Hello, good evening, happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to Travel Blog Jamie on this our Monday Night Live. Thank you so much for your countdown. No one actually made it to the number 1 and 0, of course. I have the best supporters, don't I? You need to learn to count from 10 to 0. Some of you are still counting. I'm here. I'm right here, right now. I hope you're all well. Obviously, if you're new to this, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. It's probably going to be like mind-numbingly odd to you. But anyway, we're going to spend the next hour or so talking all things cruise and travel related with a little bit, nay, a lot of cheekiness thrown in for good measure. And as I always say, most of the cheekiness comes from you lot, not me. I am Halo Arama, well-behaved young blogger. It's true. And I even said the word young. It's not my birthday yet. No, it's not. So look, tonight I'll be talking about the major clash between P&O Cruises UK and Maleth Aero. I don't know why I said that with a little grin on my face. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Which finally explains actually why none of the passengers owed compensation for severely delayed flights have actually yet to receive even a single tiny penny. Gosh, what a fiasco, my darlings. I've also booked my second and third trip of 2025 and will be spilling all of the proverbial beans about those trips. I'm sure no one knows, and if you have got an inkling, just act surprised for me, okay? I don't know how you act surprised in the chat. You can do it. You can come up with something. You could come up with a surprised emoji, like a wow, kind of shocked emoji. You can do it. I know you can. But I'm looking forward to spilling those beans. I really am. We'll have usual items as well. I know him so well, and on someone's telly somewhere. I'm very pleased with tonight's on someone's telly somewhere as well. It's kind of like in honor of what's coming next week, which I'm very, very excited about. I will also, of course, be taking all, and I mean all of your questions, as long as I don't accidentally scroll too far and miss some. It has been known to happen, but the last couple of weeks I've been ever so good at taking everybody's questions and also your shout outs. Hold fire with the questions. Hold fire with those shout outs until I give you the go ahead. Otherwise, I may well miss them. So wait up. And when you do get to them, don't forget, capitalize the word question, capitalize the word shout out for me as well, please. And don't get upset, no crying, no swish. It's also the last live of June. Because this time next week, goodness knows where I'll be, somewhere in the Atlantic sailing to New York, which means you get a week off. I will be back. In fact, I'm flying into London the following Monday, especially to do a live with you all. So it's just 1 week off, okay? Just the one. So I'll see you all again then. And of course, I imagine you'll be pleased to have a little bit of a break from me. And absence does make the heart grow fonder. Or should that be absinthe? I don't know, actually. Maybe a bit of both? What do we reckon? Anyway, I'll say cheers to you all. And please don't judge me. I'm on water. I've been a bit delicate, shall we say, over the last number of days. A little bit delicate. And it's going to be a very busy week at school with 2 parents' evenings, one of which is on my birthday. I mean, who does that? A man, after 25 years of teaching, his last ever few weeks, his last few parents' evenings, and he's got to do it on his birthday. Honestly, if anyone out there from school is watching, it means I'm going to be going out later than planned, coming home later than planned, going to bed later than planned, therefore getting up on Friday morning later than planned. Maybe I'll get to work later than planned, and maybe I won't be in a good mood. I'm just warning everybody out there now, okay? Just warning you. So cheers with water. Just imagine it's like The little shots of vodka. Ooh. Oh, it burns, it burns, it burns. Let me check in with a check-in, if you don't mind. So, as always, a 0 would mean you need an immediate check-in. Oh, gosh, some of you were here an hour early, having the loveliest catch up and chat together, being so supportive of one another and so nice and so kind. Yes, Mark, I bet you are on water. Toasted. You were toasted. Sorry, folks. I just saw a comment pop up from someone. Oh, someone's having sherry. Goodness me. Cognac, sherry. So look, let's see how we're all doing. A 0 would be you need an immediate check-in. A 10 would be goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Meaning you're on fire. You're awesome. Where are we all? So 7s, 8s, 9s, a 6. Oh, a 6 is borderline check-in. 7, 7.5, 10, 9. Wine on a Monday? Of course. Why not, Sharon? Hold fire with those questions, please, Adam. 7.9. That's very, very specific, John. I'd say that's quite tremendous. 9s, 6s, 8s. You're actually doing better. You're all happier this week, I think, than you were last. I'm really pleased to hear that. Very pleased to hear that indeed. So listen, before we go any further, I always ask, don't I? Please, would you be so kind as to give this video a cheeky little like/thumbs up? I'm not sure where your thumb is, obviously at the end of your hand, your armies, but on your screen, my thumbs up is kind of up there. A little thumbs up would be great. Last week, you were awesome. We smashed the 300 mark before the end as well, so thank you for that. Mucho apreciado, of course. Don't forget we can follow each other on Faceache. Oh, yes. Jamie W. Robbins. Don't forget the W. It's not a professional page or anything like that because I'm not actually a professional. It's just my normal Facebook page. Okay, so you just click on add friend. And assuming your account's not totally locked down or full of porn, I will probably accept you. Did I just say that out loud? Did I? Goodness me, I didn't mean to. I'm on X Threads and Instagram, of course, at TravelBlogJamie. Patreon.com/TravelBlogJamie. Come and choose your tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever floats your boat. Monthly membership, annual membership now going strong, whatever you would like, my loves. And also cameo.com/TravelBlogJamie for all your personalized messages for you, your loved ones, even people you hate. I mean, I can do that as well. It might be people who hate me. Send them my way. I'm ready for them. I'm absolutely ready for them. What was I going to say? Oh, I know. Let's get straight on to our first item. Hashtag I know him so well. Last week was quite a tricky I know him so well, and I fired 4 questions at you. I don't know if anyone got all 4 right, so there was no lifetime of what do you win, what do you win. If you're the first, then you get it all right. You win a lifetime of Jules and Kev. It's like you knew I was going to ask that question. Look at them, boom, straight in there. Absolutely. I'm going to ask you to hold fire with your questions again, folks. I won't get the chat goes so fast at this stage. I never get to them. So wait until we get to over to you questions, and don't forget to capitalize them, please. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. So question, what kind of vlogs do I least like making and why? What kind of vlogs do I least like making and why? Let's see if you can get that one right. I think I have moaned and bitched about them before on here, so if you've been on here before, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Harold is already in there with the first answer, but is Harold correct? I think about neighbours when I think of the name Harold. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Wow, look how fast you all are. That's absolutely cray. Look at you go. It's like smoke coming out of me laptop already. Wow. I just want to point out though that the answer will come a little bit later, okay? Whilst you're thinking, maybe this was too easy. Was that too easy? Was it too easy? I think it might have been. Whilst you're, oh look, it looks like I've got an extension hair. That's funny. Sorry. Whilst you're thinking, it's time for our next item, on someone's telly somewhere. Hashtag on someone's telly somewhere. This is where I basically pull a ridiculous pose, maybe with the aid of a prop or two. I count you down from 3. I strike the pose. You take your screenshots, your snapshots, your whatever shots, and you splatter me all over the inter-trickery webbery net thing, and tag me so I can see how ridiculous it looks. Think of it as a controlled pose, because some of you naughties used to take screenshots of me when I was least expecting it. Right, are you ready? This is a tribute for next week. I'm not ready yet. Don't take any pictures yet. The tribute for next week. Don't take any pictures yet. Oh, I like it on the side, actually. I ain't done yet. Are you ready? Okay, after 3, 2, 1. Done. Honestly, the things I do, it's like primary school life in this flat. I'm printing stuff off. I'm cutting up. I'm gluing things. I had to make that myself. Look, I had to make it myself. So yeah, in case you didn't know, that was a ridiculous noise, wasn't it? Can I actually repeat that? Yes, I can. I'm sailing. I'm transatlantic in at the weekend. Cannot wait. Off I toddle across the Atlantic to New York. 2 patrons going to be on the cruise, one of whom I have been told is a real bad influence, actually, and someone who's heard of the evil ways, who I'm going to be meeting in New York, a New Yorker. Hi, Cindy. Has actually messaged that person and said, can you make sure you deliver Jamie to me in a fit state? And you know me, I don't drink very much or anything. So I'm a bit worried about this crossing now. I'll have to be super careful. I'm looking forward to it so much, folks. I really am. Anyway, let me talk a little bit about the next trip I've booked for 2025. Well, I'll do the one that's local to us first. So Matthew and I, you know, we love a bit of Centre Parks, don't you? For those of you who don't know Centre Parks, it's like let's say an elevated holiday kind of camp with lots of activities, you know, staying in a forest, in a lodge, open fire, barbecue outside. We're going to be heading to Centre Parks mid-January to Longleat. Love a bit of Centre Parks, but on this occasion, because normally we go over the weekend, you see, because of school. But this time, oh no, I won't be at school. So we are heading off mid-January through the week. And the best thing of all, people, they moan about how much Centre Parks cost. I thought it was dead good. It was like £449 for both of us for 4 nights, which I think is pretty good going, actually, for what we're getting. So that's the first thing. Love a bit of Centre Parks. However, the other thing that I've booked, this is a solo trip before people start asking me, and I know there'll be a hashtag Paul Matthew coming up. I'm absolutely certain. Although I think Matthew would like me to go and try this one out myself and report back to see if it's something he maybe like to do. So can we have a drum roll, please? How do you do a drum roll on a live? I can do one, but it will be jarring. How do you do a drum roll in emojis? Is there a way of doing that? So, are you ready? I've got a map. I am going to... Where's it gone? Where is it? I'm going to Goa, India. Oh, yes. Bet you didn't see that one come in. Unless you're a patron, in which case you would have known a couple of days ago. Yes, drums. That's how you do drum rolls. So patrons, you can act surprised now. Yes, there you go. Vicky is active. Oh my goodness. How did we not know this? I don't know. So I am very excited about this trip, and I'm hoping for a lot of cultural immersion and some awesome food. I really hope I'm going to get fed very, very well there with the best Indian food I can possibly muster. Very excited about this. I'm going to be staying at a hotel called the Acacia Hotel. Let me just type that for you, just in case. Acacia Hotel and Spa, Goa, just in case anyone wants to look it up. I chose it. Firstly, it was quite reasonable, actually. I'm flying. I booked this trip with TUI. They actually have direct flights there to Goa in our winter. And I thought, well, this looks like a great deal. And for a solo trip, it was also a great deal. Yes, I think I will be in my element with all that food. It won't be my first time in India, but it will be my first time in Goa. And I haven't been there for years and years and years. So I think it's going to be really interesting. I chose the hotel, the Acacia Hotel, because of its rooftop restaurant and bar. In case anyone is looking it up, that's probably one of the first things that they'll show on the website, because it is a massive selling point. If anybody has any recommendations about what I should do in that area of India, or just outside that area of India, or any fabulous restaurants, please do drop your comments in the chat. I would love to know what you think about it or where I should go. I'm super excited, and I am looking forward to doing something very different. It's going to be so different from the other trips that I'm planning next year. So I hope that I have a great time, and I hope you enjoy the vlogs that come out of it as well. Very excited. Please drop your recommendations below. Eat curry, says Mr. Doody. Yes, I'm planning on doing that. Absolutely. Marissa is also off to India this autumn. Excited, slightly concerned that husband will want to bring like all the dogs. Oh, I won't have that issue at all. They can all stay there. Yes, look at all of you. Also shocked. Look at what, have you seen all these shocked emojis? I'm shocked too. I really am. Goodness knows if I'll have anything else booked for the next time we meet. I've got a lot to book for 2025, so you never know. Right, on to slightly more serious stuff. Are you ready for this? I could see, oh, Mazda says only 154 thumbs up. Normally we have about 200 by past, so you've got 12 minutes by looks of it. All right, so you may have seen the news the last few days, and actually I did see some questions about this earlier, about whether I'd seen the One Show or read an article from Travel Gossip, etc. I was inundated earlier this week, and people are very caring, and they are thinking about me and other passengers, obviously, who suffered with Maleth and haven't got their compensation yet, and said it's on TV, it's been picked up by the media. I try not to watch too much of the news, Dave, but this was something that was pretty much in my face, and with lots of people giving me links and so on, etc. So just a very quick summary, really, and what that actually means. So the media is indeed starting to cotton on to the fact that there is an issue between Maleth Aero and P&O Cruises UK. I mean, we didn't see that one coming, did we? Did we? Of course we did. I've got a vlog coming out on Saturday about this, and it's the whole timeline. I'm going to tell you now, it's a bit boring making this vlog, but it's also a really important vlog to make, because it is going to encapsulate everything in one place, including media coverage and quotes from P&O and Maleth in the last week. Notice they haven't responded to any of the people affected, of course, but they have responded now that the media got involved. I mean, seriously? I'm not surprised, though, to be honest with you. So that'll be coming out on Saturday. But the upshot, however, is that Maleth have not paid any passengers compensation, anyone who's owed anything. They've not paid that, because they are claiming that P&O haven't paid Maleth for the food and beverages provided on the flights. Ooh. Maleth is also claiming that P&O could have chartered the Maleth planes with seat back screens, premium and business seating, but were cost cutting. Ooh. Notice I said the word claim. I'm not suggesting anything. Far be it from me to suggest anything. P&O obviously refute both of these claims. Maleth have said that the equivalent of £500,000 is required to pay customers like Matthew and myself compensation. But that if P&O paid for all the food and beverages consumed, it would equate to roughly £500,000. Gosh, that's fortuitous, and would therefore pay all the compensation. I mean, you just couldn't make this nonsense up. You really couldn't. P&O is saying that they have settled all bills and they may have to pursue legal action. I mean, you just really couldn't make this shawarma up. And can I just say, on the back of Maleth saying P&O haven't paid them for food and the food and drink, it'll be interesting to know how Maleth come up with the cost for that, because on our flight out, they were doing an open bar, whereas most other flights, if not all other flights, it was like literally one drink with your meal. So I don't know how they're going to get money from P&O for all of that jazz. And Maleth alluded to the fact that P&O weren't going to actually charter the aircraft with beverage and food. So who knows what's going on there? Who's telling the truth? Maybe neither side is telling the truth. If I'm honest with you, I think there's all sorts going on, and I am still gobsmacked. To make it worse, of course, P&O have suggested that all of us waiting for compensation go to the Civil Aviation Authority. They've literally said it this week. But you will know that Matthew and I went to the CAA in February, and I've already revealed this to you on a previous live, that the CAA cannot do anything, and P&O will be, of course, aware of this. You can't tell me that I know more than P&O. You just can't. They will know all of this. They're just stalling as always. So I asked P&O over on X/Twitter, knowing that the CAA can't do anything, what would you suggest we do next? How will you support us? You'll never believe what they said to me. Oh, they didn't say anything. They didn't respond. They only respond to media threats. They don't respond to the people affected, of course. So this is a waste of time, isn't it, telling people to do that? So the Civil Aviation Authority may well get even more people contacting them, but will not be able to do anything because Maleth are refusing to liaise with the CAA. How much fun can people have, with all these sorts of things? And yet the CAA are still allowing Maleth to fly to operate out of the UK, in spite of all of this blowing up, in spite of it being on the news channels. So that neither company is responding to anyone affected, unfortunately, which is really beyond a joke, isn't it, when you think about it? It's a total disgrace still. But at least there is some movement and traction now that the media is picking up on the fact that customers are indeed caught in the middle of all of this. And what really heartened me actually on the news about this on X, on social media generally, is that people have not let it lie. And I think good for you. I mean, you know, I haven't let it lie. I'm not talking about it every week or anything. As soon as I ever have updates or there's any kind of movement, if any, I always obviously let you know about it. But it's really heartening to know that other people affected are still pushing this agenda and not allowing two major companies get away with fobbing us off. I mean, they have been fobbing us off, but it feels like they're not necessarily going to get away with it. So big up all of those people, thank you, who've actually been doing their bit, been still putting the pressure on, asking questions. It's fine that P&O don't want to respond to me or other people, but the fact is they will know we're asking the questions. They absolutely will know that. And I don't want to be the one to say, I told you so, far be it from me. But you might remember a long time ago, last autumn, I was sharing my major concerns about this, major concerns. And of course, P&O head in sand, it's going to be excellent product. It's going to be in line with the other airlines. I did half an hour's research online, and it feels like I knew more than P&O, or maybe they just weren't being honest. I feel like half-hour research about Maleth will tell you all you need to know. So is there a bit of fibbing going on? A bit of fabrication? A bit of trying to save their soul? It ain't working if that's what's going on. So in essence, there's some traction. People are still pushing for this. We now know why no one's got any compensation, and it's because the two companies are clashing and have been for some time. But how interesting that they have hidden all of that from us for the last nearly 6 months. As always, my darlings, please do watch this space. The vlog will be with you on Saturday, and it really does encompass everything and has all of the footage and clips from our journey out with Maleth, the issues coming back and so on. And hopefully that'll be the last one I have to make then, up until we get our compensation. Gosh, I'm not really a compo kind of person, but I feel like they've just wronged so many people and done it in the worst possible way. The worst, leaves the worst taste in your mouth, that it's got to be tackled. I'm now going to convert this into vodka. Right, let's get back to I know him so well. Now then, Harold, you were on it, mate. You were on it. I said, what kind of vlogs do I not like making, or like making least, and why? And Harold was the first one. I saw loads of correct answers. Loads of correct answers. The answer is ship tours. Oh, and anything about Maleth. Ship tours. And the reason, quite simply, is it takes hours out of my day. It's quite dull. If it's a new ship like Queen Anne, for example, and I don't know my way around, it takes even longer because I'm supposed to be doing a seamless walking tour. And I remember on Queen Anne thinking, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know, I'm on the wrong deck. I somehow have come down the deck. So it took even longer. And also the editing of it is not too bad, but making sure you've got all of the deck plans in place and all the voiceovers in the right place, and making sure you're showing what is there with as much information as you can. Somebody actually online was not very happy with me. They said it was a good tour, but could I not just be myself on it? I wasn't being myself on it, and I wasn't giving all the my views and feedback on it. So just to clarify, when I do a ship tour, that's not what it's about. It's just showing you what there is. You know, you make up your own mind whether you like the look of it or not. That's nothing to do with me, is it? When I do my 1 night, 2 night, 7 nights on board vlogs, that's all about the whole experience, and you'll get more tips, info, and opinions, even if you don't want them, then you could shake a massive stick at. So don't confuse my ship tours with the other sort of more personal experiences. A ship tour is just that, and it should stand the test of time. So I hope that clarifies it. I would thank you very much. You appreciate the ship tours. I will be doing one of Queen Mary too, of course I will. And you like the ship tours. I'm very pleased to hear that. I am. It's all about the backhanders. Oh, that's back to Maleth and so on. Dawn, I wouldn't be nervous about flying out to the Caribbean to Avia in January because they're not using Maleth anymore. Those ties have been well and truly severed, thankfully. I mean, they should have never gone with them in the first place, but they don't listen. These people don't listen. If anyone from P&O is out there and you'd like me to support any of your departments, I'll happily do that. Happily. I seem to have quite a lot of insight, or perhaps more than some of the people who work with you. Okay. Right, moving on. It is now time for you, and it's exactly past, so we're doing all right. And we made it to 202 thumbs up by past. So you are rocking it. You are totes rocking it. So if you have any questions for me, and I did say earlier, don't post any questions. If you had any earlier, you might want to copy and paste them. But can you please capitalize question, capital Q, capital U, capital E, etc. And if you've got any shout outs, very happy to do shout outs. Of course I am. Just capitalize those as well. So let me go to the bottom, so to speak. Arcadia tour was super helpful. Oh, good. Ship tours are great. I'm very pleased to hear that. And I don't rush the ship tours anymore. You know, I walk and film, walk, rather than doing quick snippets of different venues. So you can see what the routes are like, what the corridors are like, what's off the corridor, and so on. Right, here we go. I see questions. Natasha, what's Get Your Guide like? I think it's fabulous, Natasha, my darling. I've got the Get Your Guide app, although you can use a normal web page. Essentially, all you do is you put in your destination and the dates you're there, and it comes up with all of the excursions, all the tours available to you, and the costs, and it shows you whether you can be picked up from your hotel or nearby, etc. I think it's fabulous. It really is, and it's saved me hundreds of pounds over the years. So I'm a big fan. No, they don't pay me. No, they don't give me freebies. I'm just saying I think they're great, and I'll be using them on my trips this year. Harold, question from Harold off Neighbours. Is the only transatlantic option Cunard? No, actually, but a lot of the other transatlantic options from most cruise lines are repositioning cruises. I'd say most of them. Obviously, with Cunard and Queen Mary 2, that's a voyage. It's transporting people between the UK and USA. So I would have a look at repositioning cruises. Offers and deals on Cunard. I don't know about offers and deals, but actually what I will say is that some of the prices have been very, very reasonable. So don't just assume they're expensive. Have a look at some of their cruises, some of the same ones, some of the transatlantics that run, throughout the year. And I think you'll find there are some really good prices there. Certainly my Queen Anne voyage for 2 weeks in November came in as a solo passenger at under £100 per night, which I always say, if you're paying under £100 per night for a cruise, you're getting a good deal. Now on Queen Anne as a solo, that I think is very, very good value. Mazza, what are you going to miss most about teaching? Obviously, I will miss the interactions with most of the fabulous students and young people. You know what? They never cease. They never fail to make me smile. If I'm having a bad morning, I could literally just be walking to my classroom. In fact, I remember this, my last day at school, I was walking by the courts, and there were some year 11s shouting out, say, "All right, sir, how are you?" Some others come running over to tell me how they got on an exam. There was a lovely year 7 girl just sat quietly in the morning, and she just looked up and she went like this at me. You know what? Those kind of things, you can't buy that kind of thing, can you? And I know it might sound like really simplistic, but that kind of thing is just lovely. I think our young people get a very bad press, actually. I really do. And I can only comment on the fact that the absolute majority of them are lovely. So, yeah, I will miss those interactions. I will miss their kindness. I will miss imparting information in terms of teaching of Spanish. They probably won't miss my geekiness when it comes to grammar. I love my grammar. They know I love it. Every time I'm like, I got your grammar, they're like, oh, I'm like, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. Everything hinges on this. And of course, I'll miss some of my colleagues as well, who also never fail to make me smile. But I am really, really ready to move on. Dawn, what do you think about people hiding ducks on the ships? I am of the opinion that people should do what makes them happy as long as it doesn't negatively impact on others. And I don't think that tends to impact negatively on others. And seems to be something that really lifts people's spirits, and some of the kids on board love it as well. I suppose my only question would be: is a lot of plastic going onto those ships and then coming off? So I don't know what happens to all these ducks. So that would be my only question. But otherwise, I think it's it's a nice idea. I like it, little treasure hunt and so on. What do you think about them? I don't think it really harms anybody, so I don't have a problem with it. Susie, 5 weeks of term left. How are you feeling? Oh, well, it's not 5 weeks for me, actually, because it's my quarter term next week. So I have 4 weeks. And out of those 4 weeks, because I'm part-time, I work 4 days a week. I have 16 school working days. How am I feeling? I'm feeling very excited. Like I said just now, obviously, the young people and some of my colleagues I will miss, but I'll still see some of my colleagues anyway. I know that. I'm so ready. I am so ready for it. As you know, I have found it challenging doing everything at the same time, and I'm so ready to just focus on one thing. So I'm ready for it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to be so sad. You'll probably be really tearful on the last day. Maybe, but I don't at the moment feel like I will be. I feel like I've had a really good run in education for the 25 years I've been doing it. And I'm just like, I'm so ready to focus on myself now, that it doesn't feel sad. It doesn't feel wrong. It just feels right to me. So I'm feeling very, very good about it, actually. Thank you for asking. Vicky, a shout out. Please, can I have a shout out? Had an interview on Friday for a secondment and found out today I got it. Super happy. Well done, Vicky Teese. Cheers to you. It's vodka. Got changed into vodka just now. Ooh. I'm sure other people will wish you well as well. What's the secondment for, out of interest? Scruff. I love that. Scruff says, always seamless, Jamie, your ship tours. Thank you very much. Cameron, any advice for someone who wants to start travel? Sorry. And then there's the next comment, start travel blogging. Yes, I do have advice, actually. I think you probably get different advice depending on which blogger you ask. In my view, to show progress quicker, it's really important that you put out content regularly, every week, every fortnight, if you can't do it every week. I think personally, I think it's important. When I started vlogging properly, or the talking, it took me a little bit of time to get used to it being behind the camera. But I think what's really important is that you're just yourself, that you are as authentic as possible. You can make mistakes when you talk. You can stutter over your words. It doesn't matter. I don't think people generally looking at vloggers like myself are looking for perfection and me following scripts. I mean, that just doesn't happen when I'm vlogging. When I'm out and about, I'm not following any kind of script. I know some do, actually, having said that, but that's just not for me. I don't feel like that gives you the authentic experience. If I'm writing a script when I'm positioning myself in a venue on a ship, I just don't think that's transparent. I don't think it's authentic, and I don't personally like that approach. Just saying. Maybe some of you do like that approach, but for me, regular content. You need to be on lots of social media channels. You need to find out, you need to be following all of the cruise lines. People who follow cruise lines, you'll be able to locate them. You'll have to do a lot of interacting with people as well, lots of engagement to make sure people know that you are there, you're there regularly. And like I said, I think just being yourself, being authentic. And also, do you have an angle, for example? What do people associate with you? I wouldn't like to think what people associate me with. What do you associate me with? No, seriously. Go on, tell me. I can take it. I'm a grown-up. I've got rhinoceros skin and everything. I think the best people to ask, though, actually, Cameron, are everybody here. You know, people who watch these sorts of things, people who watch these lives. What do you want from your vloggers? You're the best people to ask. I really do think that. Okay, let's keep going. Julia, I've watched your vlogs on Avia 100 times. 1 billion times. We're boarding her on Sunday. So excited. You are so funny and very informative. Oh, bless you. That's very kind of you, Julie. And please do keep watching them. Keep those views coming. I hope you have the best time, and it would be fabulous if you could let us know how you get on as well. Please do that. I've just unfortunately scrolled a million miles, folks, so now I'm scrolling back up. Here we go. Oh God, I'm doing this much faster. People are congratulating Vicky. That's fabulous. Devon Detcher, question, hand up. Have you had any problems with windows whistling or balcony patio doors ever on your cruises, Jamie? Yes, on Arcadia years ago, when we were sailing through pretty significant storm. I mean, it was howling out. I tended to find it just needed a little bit of card folded and, wedge that into the doors. So I haven't experienced it very much, to be honest with you. But on Arcadia that time, we were corkscrewing as a ship. It was really weird. And yeah, there was a bit of whistling going on then. So get that card, fold it up, wedge it in. That's what I say. People are congratulating Vicky because you are kind like that. Elizabeth says, Harold from Neighbours, we are doing Transatlantic with NCL inaugural cruise on Aqua. That one I was looking at, by the way. I was absolutely looking at that one, but I'll be in India instead. And yes, there were some great prices for the NCL inaugural. Okay. Thamula, I hope I said your name right. Question, just booked Tycoon for next week before Apex cruise. Do you have a favorite dish and a must try? So for those of you who don't know, Tycoon is a Thai restaurant in Southampton. It's at West Quay. It's one of our go-to restaurants. It's kind of like Thai street food vibe. It's so colorful. They do some nice cocktails. It's reasonably priced. So the things that we like there, I like the street noodles. Now, can I just say, if you are interested in this restaurant, by the way, I did a 2 nights in Southampton vlog earlier this year. If you just search travel blog Jamie, 2 nights in Southampton, I actually go to a number of restaurants over the course of our stay there, Tycoon being one of them. And I actually filmed some of the menus and our dishes. I like anything noodly street food and rice street food, but it's got to have 2 to 3 chilies next to it. I'm trying to remember what Matthew likes. Kind of like a nasi goreng there. And I think he has one with like minced spicy chicken as well, with the fried egg on top of the rice with crispy bottom. I think they do quite a nice curry. I love the sweet corn fritters. I don't know, it depends what you like though, doesn't it? Because I don't eat fish or seafood. And I don't eat much meat. You know what? I haven't eaten any meat for about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, more or less. I don't know why. I just haven't. I hope you enjoy Tycoon. Linda, question, going to Rotterdam in August, what's your blog when you went with Matthew? How far in advance do you need to book a water taxi? So water taxis in Rotterdam, now that a lot of cruisers know about them, probably because of awful people like me advertising them, there is a water ferry. It's exactly the same as a water taxi that leaves that pier every half hour, and it just does like a circle route. It's very cheap as well, so you don't have to book to go on that one. Okay. If you look at that vlog, it actually has the times there. I don't know if the times have changed now though, as we are in the summer, but it was easy to get around. If you book one in advance, I have to say they can be very busy now. When I tried to book one on the spot when I was there last, it was showing us arrival time in like 3 or 4 hours, which is fine if you're going to do some things in that area and then get the taxi to the next part. But I would probably try to book a water taxi the evening before, if you know what your plans are and you know the timings, rough timings. Otherwise, like I said, take the water taxi / ferry, which just does that sort of loop. I hope that helps. And yeah, traveling in Rotterdam by water taxi is a must. Absolutely. They always do a few tricks as well. You're going to feel like James Bond. before his boat gets blown up and he flies through the air, kind of stuff. That won't happen to you. You know that, don't you? That won't happen. Thank you for your thumbs up. We need 51 more to get to 300, and we have about 20, 25 minutes. You can do that. You got this. All right. Kaz's Crafts and More. I want to know what the more is. Kaz, what is the more? Question: which line would you recommend we try? I only done one cruise of P&O, and we have 2 booked with them. It's really hard to say, to be honest with you, because I don't know what you like. I don't know what you look for in a cruise. I don't know if you're all about the food, if you like formalities, if you like informalities, if you're more interested in itinerary. If you can give me some of those, and also your family. Are you traveling with family, kids? What kind of things do they like? Do they want slides? Do they want rope course? If you can give me a little bit more information, I will absolutely guide you the best I can. So sorry to throw that one back on you, but I find it very hard recommending to people the second or third cruise line when I don't know what their tastes are. You know, I would just be talking from my point of view, and that actually doesn't really mean anything. You know, it's about you and what you like. Harold, question 2. I'm struggling to get a deal on a Marella cruise for July. Well, July holidays, you know. Currently looking at $2,000 each for 14 nights on an inside room. Shall I wait and see if it go down, or would you recommend P&O? So July is super busy in terms of cruises, and Marella, I imagine, correct me if I'm wrong here, Harold, are more than likely going to all be in the Mediterranean at that time of year, maybe the Canaries, and it's going to be busier with school out and so on. Having said that, £2,000 for 14 nights seems like a lot. Drinks are obviously included for the duration, so factor that in. Will that price go down summer holidays? Not necessarily. I really can't say. I don't know if that's going to go down or not. I feel that £2,000 each for 40 nights in an inside room is quite a lot, if I'm honest with you. Would I recommend P&O in terms of prices? I imagine it will be about, if you're on an inside cabin and a 2-week med cruise, I would have thought around about 1,500 actually, but of course you don't have any drinks included in that, so the extra £600 you're paying to Marella, you get all your drinks for 2 weeks, and also Marella, the flights are included, aren't they? So you're going to be flying out to the Med, whereas P&O for a lot of the Med cruises in the summer, they're going to be leaving Southampton. I think Azura is still going to be posted out in Malta though, isn't it, folks, for a fly cruise? So sorry, Harold, I know it's not very helpful to you. I'd hold fire for now, but do some research on the other cruise lines and think about how much extra you would be spending for drinks as well. Dave's Adventures, what is the cheapest cruise package? I don't know if there is a cheapest cruise package. I think P&O and MSC in particular do very cheap cruise packages personally, and you know that they're Northern European ones. For example, MSC Preziosa, we saw a week on that inside cabin coming out, I think it was £379 each for a whole week. I mean, that's very, very good value when you consider a lot of your food is included in that as well. So personally, for some of the cheaper cruise packages, I think P&O and MSC are doing very well and fit in those ships as well. They are. You're welcome, Harold, for the answer. And yes, less than £100 a night. Exactly. You wouldn't have thought that, would you? Absolutely. And that's why it's really important to have a look across a number of dates if you have that level of flexibility. We only need 35 more thumbs up. Feeling confident, feeling good, feeling great. A bit more of my vodka. Jonathan, what would you suggest from an all-inclusive to P&O? I don't think I understand that question. Let me read that again. What would you suggest from from all-inclusive to P&O. You mean you're used to doing all-inclusive? I really don't understand that question, Jonathan. I'm not going to try and guess what you mean. Do you want to maybe just write that one out for me again? That would be appreciated. Or if someone else understands it, please let me know. It's probably all that vodka I've been having, isn't it? I'm really sorry. David Green, I'm going on a 12-night cruise to Norway on P&O Aurora next June. Do you have to dress up smart at night? Most nights are smart casual, which means you can wear dark jeans, shoes, and a collared top. That can be a polo as well, by the way. On the formal nights, you still don't have to dress up if you don't want to. If you don't want to wear a suit, and don't let people tell you it's got to be a dark suit. It doesn't have to be a dark suit. If you're going to dress up for formal night and you're going to go to the main dining room on P&O, it needs to be a suit of some description, but it doesn't have to be dark. Okay, people who tell you it has to be dark are the people who want you to wear a dark suit, but P&O won't care whether it's light grey, purple, pink, or black. They won't care. David, another question. My experience with celebrity cruises, I don't feel like I'm best placed because we only had one celebrity cruise and it wasn't great. It was a few years ago now, so I am due another celebrity cruise and to reevaluate and see if they have improved since that one. People rave about them, so I'm sure we'll have a great time the next time we book. And it sounds like if you're going to the Far East, it just sounds amazing. I'm sure it will be fabulous, but I'm really sorry. You can search Travel Blog Jamie celebrity silhouette if you want. I've got some vlogs on that from a number of years ago. But like I said, I think I think these things lose their currency over a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know. And like I said, I feel like I owe it to the cruise line and to myself to go back and see if it was just an unfortunate cruise that we experienced. You never know with P&O. I mean, celebrity. Sorry, I always do that rhyme. You never know with P&O. Only 20 more thumbs up. You're awesome. Sarah Jane, question. Barcelona, it's easy to get from Sagrada Familia, thank you for putting in brackets of the cathedral, to La Ramblas. So I don't know, Sarah, if you've watched my vlogs on Barcelona. We were there this year and last year. So if you just search Travel Blog Jamie Barcelona, you should get all the vlogs come up. I actually did the whole day. I filmed the whole day from our starting point to how we got from place to place to place, including how we got to the Sagrada Familia and how we went from there to La Ramblas. It is easy to get to, absolutely. You're getting a taxi from the shuttle bus drop-off point to the cathedral, no problem. We tend to walk quite a lot of Barcelona, but you can certainly walk from the Sagrada Familia to the Ramblas and back to where the shuttle drops off and collects you. So just search Travel Blog Jamie Barcelona. It's all there. And can I remind everyone, you really should do the Old Port cable car, which is a lot of scary fun. Love it, love it, love it. We are doing well for timing. I feel like, am I behind with these questions? I've still got a few to get through, haven't I? I don't have a favorite age group to teach, Cheryl. It depends on my mood, probably. It depends on the classes. I think I'm known for teaching the older ones more, GCSE students, years 9, 10, and 11. And I seem to be to have quite a lot of GCSE groups, and I have had for much of my career, but I don't know if that's a preference necessarily, but I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of fun with the year 7s in particular. It takes them a while to get used to my personality, that's for sure. But I don't know, it's all fun. I don't mind the age group. I really don't. I don't mind. Not to leave out my year 8s as well. They are sassy and I like a bit of sass. Caroline, what happens to your luggage with Marella Cruises? Do you have to collect it at the airport and put it on the bus? Sometimes. Yeah, you'll be given all the information about that though, so you don't need to worry about it. We've had cruises where the luggage has just gone straight to our cabin, and we've had cruises where you have had to collect it at the airport and put it on the bus yourself. So there's no easy answer for that one. Sometimes. That is an easy answer. That's a really easy answer. Sometimes they'll give you the information at the airport, okay? Sarah, shout out. Please shout out my man Pete from Somerset. He's on the water too. Oh, as in the drink, not like actually out there on the water sailing. Okay, I've got this. Looking forward to his first cruise on Queen Anne in August for his 50th and my 40th, and also our 10-year anniversary. Wow, there's a lot to celebrate there, Sarah. So, Pete from Somerset, I hope you are enjoying being on the water. Happy days. Pauline, let's have knitted ducks. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea, Pauline. I like that. Gosh, Pauline, maybe you should start your own Facebook group or something about knitted ducks. I like that. Very nice. I think if I tried knitting a duck, apart from stabbing myself repeatedly, it would probably end up looking like a pair of testicles or something. I don't. Oh God. When will I learn not to speak before thinking? I'm just going to reiterate that I think Pauline's onto something here. Is a great idea. And I fully encourage Pauline to start her own Facebook group, maybe a YouTube channel as well. Okay. Gosh, only 11 thumbs up to go. That's amazing. You lot are fabulous. I love you. I really do. Mazza, don't forget the thumbs up, guys. Yes, that's right, Mazza. That was timely. Tara, I've seen suggestions that the crew like collecting the ducks. Oh, that's nice. I've seen suggestions that some of the crew like taking as many ducks as they can. Sue loves. Oh, Sue Warwood. We've met, didn't we? Where was it? A dining room. Was it on Arvia, Iona, at the aft? Help me, Sue. Help me. I'm sure we've met at the aft of a ship. Sue loves the ducks. Great fun. Sharon, how many days, Jamie? Days for what, Sharon? I'm really sorry. For the cruise or for how long I've got left at school. If it's the cruise I'm doing next week, it's 6 nights, and then I'm in New York for 2 days. If it's school, I've got 16 school working days left. If it's something else, I'm really sorry. Dawn says, people up to Pauline, people have knitted and crocheted them ready for Saturday. I think that's fabulous. Alison is congratulating Vicky. God bless her. Neil, question, are you needing to take more formal attire with you on the Queen Mary compared to other ships? Partly, and that's because I'm partaking in both formal nights. One is a masquerade ball, and I can't wait to do that. I can't wait. Some of you might have seen my mask that I bought a few weeks ago on here, on someone's telly somewhere. And the other one is red and gold. So I feel like I want the whole experience on this Cunard cruise. On the other nights on Cunard, it's usual to wear an open collar. Now, again, the Cunarders, the loyalists, the traditionalists will say you've got to wear a tie on smart casual nights or whatever they're called. Not true. You don't have to wear one. You have to have a collar as a man. Need to be in your trousers as well. Don't forget that. That could be a bit embarrassing. No trainers. So I'm going to basically have 2 pairs of smart trousers. I'll have 2 jackets, and I've got a range of shirts as well. So the reason it's going to be more formal for me is because I'm choosing to partake in a couple events that I think should be fabulous fun. And I'm really looking forward to that. I also think Queen Mary 2, the last time I was on board, it felt right to dress up a little bit more than I usually would. It was just like a sense of occasion to me, and it just worked. So yeah, a little bit more formal for me, mostly by choice though. Okay. Tracy, 8 days left up here in Scotland. I feel like I've missed something. What's this countdown, folks? What's this countdown? What have I missed? Pauline, new chapter in your life, Jamie. You just have to go for what works for you. Exactly. And if it doesn't work out, I'll do something else. There's always something else, isn't there? Stefan, Jamie, when you go to India, if you can find the time, try a houseboat on the Kerala backwaters. Is that near Goa? I'm going to get my map. I don't think that's near Goa, though, is it? How long would it take me to get there? That's all I'm wondering. Remember, I'm there for a week, so there's only so far I'll be able to journey. Harold is congratulating Vicky. The secondment is working for the Children's Help and Advice Team in Children's Services, going to be contacting families who feel they need some extra support and arranging that for them. That's fabulous. Good work, you. Mark and Ali, Monday nights until July are going to be so quiet. It's only next Monday though, isn't it? And then I'm back. Like on the 1st, is it the 1st of July? When is it? When's the first Monday of July? Someone help me. Is it the 1st? It's the 1st. I will be here on the 1st of July, so don't you worry. Nadia has retracted a message. Don't do that amongst friends. John says drink. Sarah says fun. Oh, are these things that you associate with me? Drink. Oh, charming. Like I'm on the water. Have you ever been to Malta? Asked Nikki. Yes, I have. It's in the vlogs. Malta is very easy to get around, actually. And the ho-ho is a great thing to do. We did a ho-ho for pretty much the whole day, getting off at various stops around the whole island. So very accessible, I would suggest. And in fact, I am thinking about going there on a land-based in 2025, as well as Madeira land-based, because I feel like so many of the cruise ships start from those areas or visit them. It would make sense to really be as immersed as possible and do as much as I can on those islands and report back. So that's hopefully what I'm going to be doing. I'm sure you'll love Malta. Anita associates me with snack cupboards. Thamula associates me with Pringle songs. Dawn, fun and honesty. Mandy, toilet song. Pauline, honesty. Oh, that's come up a couple times. That's interesting. I like that. I've just scrolled a bit too much. I'm really sorry. I'm going to make it. Thank you for passing the 300 mark with the thumbs up, by the way. We've got about 10 minutes. I'm determined to get through all these questions. I've seen Lost Ashore has joined us, but I haven't quite got to those yet. Honesty, toilet song, I'm back. Associate you with Matthew, one cheek, two cheek, rah, rah, rah. Jackie Spicer Brown has retracted a message. We don't retract the message amongst friends. Sharon, vlogging like Jamie takes bloody hard work and dedication. Yes, a lot of hours. I should have said that earlier, shouldn't I? Be prepared to find a lot of hours if you're going to start vlogging. I forgot that. Mark says, RV is great shit. I agree. Rachel, honest, not false. Vlogs are the best. Oh, Rachel, God, I love you. I do. Met Rachel before in Yacht Club. Gillian, ice lattes. Oh, yeah. Cruising with Molly, pillow spray. Did I tell you I got in trouble about using pillow spray with one of... I don't know if she was a follower or subscriber, but she thinks it's not right that I do that because not everyone else who sleeps in the cabin afterwards would want that. And I thought she made a really good point. My response was, but I also don't like it when people have got like hairspray in their hair and loads of wax and gel in their hair, or they've got wet hair or damp hair when they're lying on the pillow, or they're putting their pillows between their legs. You know, some people, I do that at home, put pillow between your legs. Nice and comforting, isn't it? You know, sometimes it rides up a bit too high as well. I don't want all of those things, and I try not to think about them. So pillow spray, yes. And in fact, I've got a giveaway going on right now, my darlings. This morning I launched it on Instagram, and where I'm giving away a Jamie hamper. So I've got, got some Febreze. It's the fruity tropical one. I've got some Pringles, so you can do your Pringles song. I've got some lavender pillow spray, pillow mist. I've got 2 see you soon luggage tags, and I've got a lovely Fred Olsen Cruise Line notebook. Head on over to Instagram if you want to win those goodies. I'm here for you. I really am. Maybe I'll throw in this as well. You never know. Or the torch or something. What else? Love some Harry Ruffers, says John. I bet you do, John, my darling. I bet you do. Kent Alicat associates one cheek, two cheeks. Okay. Basically, people associate me with a toilet. Thank you very much. Ben says, keep doing what you're doing. You're by far the best vlogger. Oh, bless it. The best vlogger. It's great. You're just yourself and the natural, very informative and funny. That's nice. That's not for everyone, of course, but I appreciate that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve, Ben. And as I always say, I'm not for everyone and I'm not trying to be, and I absolutely don't want to be for some people. Jackie says, better late than never. We'll watch from the start after. Oh, you've joined in a bit late. I gotcha. Had to remove my previous comment due to too many spelling mistakes. Don't worry, Jackie. We don't pick up on spelling mistakes, us teachers. We've got thank yous going on. Devon Detcher had clear noodles in Thailand. Don't know how they made them, but tasty. Okay, I'll ask for clear noodles the next time in Thailand. Why not? Rachel has a question. Been to Orlando many times. We fly out again next week. Oh, I'm so jealous. Would you recommend any restaurants we may have missed? It depends where you mean in Orlando. If you're talking about outside of the resorts, the theme parks, we really like Cafe Tutu Tango, which I'm going to add in the chat. Da, 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 da. Boo! Have a look at Cafe Tutu Tango and see what you think of the menu and the look of the bar and restaurant. We're fans. Oh, there you go. There's your recommendation. You're welcome. Lost Ashore. Hi, Jam. Hi, Lost. Victoria is so lost she's found. Or something like that. What is it? I no doubt Lost Ashore will be saying some rude things as I scroll through the comments. She normally does, my darlings. She's lovely, really, but she likes being rude to me in the nicest possible sense. Don't forget those thumbs up, please. I must just have you in a trance right now because the thumbs up have stopped. Let's keep going. Christine's off on the first cruise on Sunday on RV around the Med. Awesome. Celebrating 40th wedding anniversary. Husband's first cruise, your second. Have the best time and let me know how you get on. Devon Detcher, your vlogs are interesting, fun, and informative and honest. Thank you very much. Sam Harper started a new job as a travel agent 10 weeks ago. His videos have helped my training. Well, I mean, like someone was saying to me the other day, you've got enough videos to watch one a day for the next year and a half. So there's plenty out there. I hope you're enjoying your new job, Sam, as a travel agent. And look at that, a nice bit of advertising for our young Sam there, in case anyone needs a travel agent, okay? Bye, Mark. Sorry that you got so toasted and wasted last night that you've not been functioning. Lost Ashore, can you roast some people? I need a giggle. Give me reason to roast someone and I'll do it. You know, I think I'm known on here for being honest. Sometimes I'm asked challenging questions, and I don't know if I roast people. Maybe I do a little bit, a bit of roasting, a bit of sass, Harold didn't realize summer holidays were in July. Yeah. Check out MSC for prices. Fabulous. Dave said he and Carolyn found a 7-night cruise on Iona for less than £1,000. There are some great deals out there. There really are. Harold is paying as he goes with booze. Very sensible indeed. Jonathan, would you recommend a P&O cruise over all-inclusive cruise? Oh, yeah, definitely. Like some all-inclusive cruises, I feel like the prices can be a little bit inflated, actually. And there are times when I've been on, let's say, P&O, for example, and I've paid as I've gone with me drinking, and I've spent less as a result of some of the all-inclusives. So the thing is, I just think you need to do a bit of everything. You know, I'll do all-inclusive. I'll do the P&O ones, although I'm not booking any until they sort out this mess. We've got one legacy P&O cruise left. If you look at my schedule I'll post my schedule actually tomorrow morning because it's now updated. I've told you about the new ones. You'll notice there's one tiny P&O one left. They need to put things right before we are going to travel with them. Alexandra, I'm sneaking listening in at work in the US. Hi, Alexandra. Where from the US are you? I guess I'll have to do a replay later and have a drink then. Right now, trying to do PDFs. Oh, you be careful with that. You know, when you're actually listening to things like this and people like myself are rambling on, all sorts can happen. All sorts. I want to know where you're from. I love the fact that there are more people from around the world joining us as well. It's fantastic. Anita can't wait for this. James Finney. Oh, I recognize that name. Do I know if it's still unlimited soft drinks you can take on board on P&O? Yeah, you can still do that. Devon Detcher, question. I've bought a blazer, chinos, and tie. Will that be fine for celebration night on P&O? Chinos, as long as they look more like trousers and not jeans. There are some chinos out there that can look a little bit jean-like. So the blazer and the tie shirt, of course, just check your chinos look like trousers and not jeans. Otherwise, someone might question you. Lost Ashore is talking to Devon. That's fine. Have your own chinwag, no problem. Oh my goodness, we've only got a few minutes left. I'm going to try my best to get through all these comments and questions. Harold says, Jonathan, I don't know if Jamie will have time to answer. I've answered. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Fitted shorts on P&O. In the that was for Lost Ashore, but in the Caribbean, yes, that is acceptable. But I think you'll find that on a formal night, that would not be allowed. It does sometimes depend as well, by the way, folks, on the crew and how lenient they're feeling and the general dress code of passengers. You know, we've been on one before where a lot of passengers were much more informal and the crew would not dare to tackle every single person. They just didn't. So what can I say? I can always try these things. Any suggestions for what to do in Cherbourg? No. I have to be honest with you, Jules and Kev, I don't have any suggestions for Cherbourg. We just walked and walked. We went to coffee shops, a bit of seaside life. I went to some nice patisseries. Didn't actually do anything else there. So if anyone else has got any suggestions about Cherbourg, I would love to hear. We've got lots of laughing going on. Lost Ashore says, shorts are strictly not permitted in the main dining room. However, if you risk it for biscuit, you may get away with it. Yes, it's basically what I was saying. You might get away with it. And also, like I said, in the Caribbean season, smart shorts were allowed on our cruise. Harold says, is there a buffet? Can I wear them then? Yes, you can wear shorts at a buffet. Yes. Jonathan was talking about Morella Discovery 2 in October. We're still talking about shorts. You can tell that Lost Ashore is in the house. She loves getting her legs out. She really does. She needs to put a bit of colour on those legs as well, actually. Michael, hello from Ohio. Hi, Ohio. I've got friends in Columbus. Did you know, by the way, okay, I've only been to Ohio twice, and it was to go to Cedar Point on both occasions. So I'm really sorry I didn't get to see much more of Ohio. But my friends in Columbus, every now and then they tell me where they've been to eat, where they've been to drink, and I look it up and I think, I wouldn't mind having a quick visit there. That would be quite nice. Michael said, my wife and I will be on Queen Mary 2 from New York to Southampton next year. Awesome. Hope it goes brilliantly for you. People are going clothes shopping. Happy birthday for Thursday, Jamie. Thank you very much, Low Down Travel. As I said, I will be doing a parents' evening on Thursday. So, yeah. Large Negroni, I take your point. But I think if that's the case with a pillow spray, it should be the same with other things as well. Like, people shouldn't have hairspray in their hair and put their heads on their pillows and stuff like that. Cheryl says, Feliz cumpleaños for Thursday. Thank you very much. Have I missed anyone? No, they're all talking about shorts. I'm going to get to the end of this. I'm absolutely determined. We've got people doing thumbs up, love signs, beer signs. Richard loves Avia. That's fantastic. Jane is trying Saga for the first time in August as solo. I looked at Saga, knowing that next year I might be approaching a certain age, and it was so expensive. I looked at the cheapest I could find, and for me it was like £2,500 for 5 nights. No. Here comes Victoria with her ageist comments about me nearly being old enough for Saga. I'd go on them. I would absolutely go on them next year, but they're just too expensive. Kaz Crafts and More. We want to know what the more is. Other things not craft related. Say no more. Jane has gone on Ventura yet again in October for 2 weeks, half the price of Saga, and then some, I would say. Kaz's Crafts and More. As for what we like, we're a couple and just looking for new experience, but on a budget. Okay, well, if you're on a budget and you want to do a cruise, then I'm going to say something like if you're not doing P&O, then MSC is also very good value. The larger ships can be very busy. It's what I will say. So make sure you check out those vlogs. Okay. Harold says, bet you don't read this comment. Well, what to say? Next cruise says Kaz is Northern Europe and Norway. Fabulous. Facts, my legs are so pale they would blind people, says Victoria. Yes, they blinded me when I met you. Absolutely did blind me. People are giving advice on Cherbourg, which is much appreciated. I've got about 1.5 minutes left. Masa says, buenos dias, Jamie. Gracias. You're welcome. De nada. Debbie, happy birthday for Thursday, Jamie. Thank you very much. Maza, buenos. Oh, no. Buenas. Buenas noches. Sorry, Maza. Buenas. It's feminine. The word noche is feminine. Sorry. Once a teacher, always a teacher. How many messages did Matthew get about Madeira? Oh, I had a patron-only live, and I was a bit naughty. He had quite a few, actually, Tara. He was wondering, like, oh, all these people messaging me about Madeira. Do you think we should go? I'm like, I think so. It'd be a really good idea. Paul says, happy birthday for Thursday. Carla's in the post. That's very kind of you. Poppy loves the poster on the back, the canvas. Thank you for that. Enjoy Morella Discovery 2. Steph, lovely shit. Lost Shore, don't bully gingers. It's gingerous. We have pale skin. Okay. Are you ginger? You must dye your hair. You must do. Is there any part of you not fake? We've got thank yous. Una cerveza, gracias. Harold, please check your spelling of the word cerveza and gracias, because both are incorrect. Just saying. Yes, Jane, I would love to do Saga. I think that will be amazing. It is expensive. Yes, it is all-inclusive, a home pickup, but I only live 25 minutes away. So it's. I think it will be fantastic. I'd love to do it, but I can't fork that much money out just yet. I've got more happy birthdays coming on, and I got to the end. Lost Shore is sending a baby photo of a carrot top jam. Lovely. Mazza says hello. Right, I'm stopping there. I have a vlog already scheduled to come out on Wednesday for you. I've got the very serious Maleth saga coming out on Saturday. On Saturday, I'm going to Southampton, and I'll be vlogging my pre-cruise day, because it's going to be getting up to quite a lot of mischief in Southampton on Saturday, actually. And then I'm on my Transatlantic. I'm going to see you all on the 1st, I hope, the 1st of July. I say hope. Hopefully I will land on time, get back on time. I'm sure it'll be fine. Thank you, as always, for your company, for your comments, your questions, your shout-outs, your humour, your lack of humour, your naughtiness, your mischievousness. Love you all. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great week. I'll see you around online. Take care. Big kiss from me. Mwah. Bye, everybody.